Before we dive in, drop a quick hi in the comments. It may seem small, but trust me, it really helps YouTube share this story with more sci-fi fans like us. I love to see who's watching and know you're on this journey with me. Let's get started and see where this battle takes us. Chapter 1. The Marine with no rifle. The first shot wasn't fired. It was deflected by a man with no weapon. Sergeant Elias Vale stood in the center of the crystalline Accord chamber, hands open, armor black as regret. Across from him, 6 guards had their weapons trained. One of them flinched. The others followed. The first bolt screamed past his ear. Vale moved. He twisted low, grabbed the closest one's rifle, disarmed it, and cracked the second's visor with his elbow in one breath. He didn't fire, didn't kill, but by the time the last alien guard dropped his weapon voluntarily, the council chamber had fallen silent. "I came to talk," Vale said, voice level. "But I'll fight if that's the only language you understand." Counselor. Terex of the Jal moved slowly behind his hover dais. "Your presence is a provocation, Terran. You arrive unarmed and demand we believe you come in peace?" Vale stared him down. "That's the point. The Accord had feared humanity for decades, too quick to adapt, too brutal when cornered. No other species had risen from primitive combustion to orbital dominance in under a century. So when the Terran Peace Commission sent a diplomatic marine, the galaxy laughed. But Vale wasn't just a soldier. He was the fallback plan. "Counselor," Vale said, "someone inside this room is planning an attack on your own people. Blame it on us. Trigger a war." "Conspiracy and paranoia," Trex hissed. A soft beep in Vale's ear. "Signal traced. Location confirmed. Then explain why." "There's a thermal charge planted under your seat." Panic rippled through the chamber. The bomb detonated 2 seconds early. Vale tackled a Jal dignitary, shielding them with his body. The blast knocked the chamber sideways. Dust, screams, fire. Half the dais crumbled into the abyss below. "Status." He barked into his comm. "No response from command," said the AI. "We're on our own." "Just like Earth planned it," Vale muttered. As smoke choked the room and alarms screamed, Vale's HUD blinked red. "Incoming transmission. Code black. Earth under orbital siege. First strike unknown." And the enemy's voice, it wasn't alien. It was human. Chapter 2. Ghost Protocol. Ilias Vale's armor hissed as he pulled a Jal counselor from the rubble. The ceiling above crackled with flame, shards of transparent alloy falling like glass rain. His HUD kept flashing. Code black. Earth under siege. No coordinates. No explanation. But one thing was clear. Someone planned this, and it wasn't the aliens. "Counselor," Vale grunted, dragging the injured Jal. "You still think this was my plan?" The alien's eyes trembled. Why would your people save me if... "Because we're human," Vale snapped. "That's the difference. We fight like monsters, but we bleed like diplomats." Across the chamber, surviving guards raised weapons until they saw what Vale was doing. Then they hesitated. Meanwhile, in Earth orbit, the skies tore open. An unregistered Terran fleet had decloaked. Earth-flagged vessels, but modified. No official. Transponders. No hails. They fired on orbital defense stations with brutal precision. One Earth admiral barked into static, "Identify yourselves, damn it. You're hitting civilian platforms. Who are you?" Only one reply came through. "Protocol fulfilled. Humanity must evolve." The attackers weren't aliens. They were human. Back in the ruins of the Accord chamber, Vale activated his emergency. Uplink. The encryption layers felt unfamiliar, rewritten, almost sabotaged. "Command, this is Diplomatic Marine Elias Vale. Accord summit bombed. Friendly fire suspected. Request evac." Silence. Then a whisper from the comm. "Elias." "It's Sarah." He froze. "Sarah." His sister, dead 5 years, lost in a Black Ops mission never acknowledged by the Terran Alliance. "You're alive?" he asked. "I didn't die," she said. "I joined them." Flashes of memory stabbed his brain. Their last conversation, the mission that went off the grid, the disappearance. Now it made sense. She was part of the splinter cell, the one that believed peace was weakness, that the only way for humanity to survive was to dominate the stars, starting by shattering the Accord. Vale's breath caught in his throat. "How could you?" "You're still fighting for unity," she said. "I'm fighting for evolution." The transmission cut. Counselor T-Rex, bleeding, stared at Vale. "You knew this was coming." "No," he whispered, "but I know how to stop it." He stood, armor scratched, fists clenched. "We need a ship. I have to get off this moon. Earth isn't just under attack, it's under coup." As Vale climbed the burning stairs of the shattered hall, the stars above lit with explosions, and in the shadows of the void, a human fleet without a flag prepared its final message: submission or extinction. Chapter 3. No flag, no mercy. The dropship he stole was ancient, Joel-built, barely flight-worthy. But Elias Vale wasn't aiming to win a race, just survive it long enough to reach orbit. As he tore through the thermosphere, systems groaned. A dozen Terran ships appeared ahead, their hulls unmarked, guns hot. The rogue fleet, his sister's fleet, his comm lit up again, Sarah's voice, calm, mechanical now. "You never understood, Elias. Diplomacy delays extinction, power prevents it." "Spare me the speech," Vale growled, flipping the stealth mode switch. "You sent our species to war for a manifesto. You still think peace was working? The Accord was dissecting us slowly. We just sped up the inevitable." Inside the lead flagship, the Sovereign Blade, Sarah Trask Vale watched the board. Flicker, incoming, one vessel, scrambled signature. She knew the move. "Let him come," she whispered. "He deserves to see what comes next." Vale landed inside a maintenance bay, cutting engines mid-glide. The ship skidded, sparks flew. By the time security converged, he was gone, already inside the ventilation system. They taught him to fight, to negotiate. But ghost infiltration? That was personal. 10 minutes later, he breached the central core. He found her there, not dead, not augmented. Worse, Sarah was still her. The same fire in her eyes, but colder. "Burned clean? Give me the abort codes," he said. "No." She pressed a control. Dozens of orbital drones spun to life, targeting Earth's last planetary shield. The strike would kill millions, just enough to force surrender. Elias stepped forward. "This isn't evolution, this is extermination." "No, Elias," she said gently. "It's rebirth." He hesitated. Just a second. Then he lunged. The siblings fought in silence, no words, just the sound of armor clashing and breath being stolen. He didn't want to kill her. She did. When it ended, she was on her knees, his pistol at her temple. The drones loomed. "Over Earth. I still love you," she whispered. He pulled the trigger. On Earth, the drones shut down mid-strike. A Terran child looked up at the sky and saw peace, not fire. The Accord was shattered. The rogue fleet gone. And Vale? He returned to no home, no rank. Just stories. They say he saved Earth with nothing but a warning and a fist. No flag, no rifle. Just the idea that peace was still worth bleeding for. Humanity's strength has been tested, but the war is far from over. If you want to see what comes next, hit like, comment Humanity FK yeah, and subscribe so you don't miss future missions. Until next time, we endure.